Skies filled with gray clouds hover over skyscraping trees abandoning their red, orange. Don kuning dan ungu sat tana tok tersenta di bawania dianjak ringan ole hantu tok dekanal yang membawa baha dingan yang disamarkan. They continue along silently, steadily, motivated. They are armed. They are alert. The specters are ready. They are the sky soldiers. The 173rd Airborne Brigade is constantly training all over the continent of Europe, with the intent of becoming the best it can possibly be. Every year, sky soldiers kiss their families goodbye and link up with their brothers and sisters in arms on new adventures to forge bonds with foreign armies and sharpen their unique skills in exciting places. This week, the Italian-based sky soldiers made their way up to Grafenwoehr Training Area, conjoining the German-based sky soldiers to conduct training in exercise Eagle Strike. It is a time away from the diplomatic hat the brigade often wears, and a perfect opportunity to build chemistry within the unit. We are focusing on platoon and company-level collective training, utilizing our internal assets such as the 4th Battalion, 319th Field Artillery, Shadows, Ravens, and we have external 12th Combat Aviation Brigade support for AH-64 Apache helicopters, said 173rd Airborne Brigade Battle Captain, Captain Fernando Chavez. We're concentrating on doing collective training, so we can build internal combat power. The purpose of this exercise is to execute live fire iterations, synchronizing direct and indirect fires across our artillery battalion, all the way up to a table 18. Which is essentially firing all of their guns in the entire artillery battalion, said 173rd Airborne Brigade Commander Col. James B. Bartholomew's. Additionally, we're enhancing the ability for our rifle companies to fire and move around terrain, clear buildings, breach wire obstacles and clear trenches, in conjunction with our mounted elements shooting .50 caliber machine guns and Mk-19 explosive rounds. The live fire exercise is most easily explained by breaking down the combat elements within the brigade. The simplest way to achieve this is to liken the exercise to a game of chess, with each element representing chess pieces. First, at the top of the hierarchy, is the king. The objective to chess is to place the king in a position where it must surrender. The king must be protected at all costs. Therefore, all the piece movement revolves around the king, which is similar to the command team in a live fire exercise. Everything begins with command because everyone underlooks to it for guidance. The commander has 3 levels of duties in the exercise, said Bartholomew's. First, it's planning. The commander has to think through the challenges presented in the operation order. Work with his leaders to plan direct and indirect fires to mass at his decisive point in the operation. The second part is rehearsals. He must figure out how he is going to put together the pieces to ensure it's going to work. The only way to do that is through practice. The third piece is synchronizing that rehearsal in action. In this chess metaphor, command is the king, but it also represents the chess master. If command is vanquished, all units under it lose their coordinated effectiveness. Next, in the order of precedence on the chessboard is the queen. The queen is the most deadly and agile piece on the board with an ability to go wherever it desires, and however far it desires, quickly. The closest resemblance to those characteristics is the forward observer, known as the foe, because the foe has the most powerful weapon on the battlefield, the radio. The foe is positioned on the front line, embedded with the infantry, which enables him to pinpoint exactly where rounds drop down and accurately give reports to the assets he directs. FOSS should be one of the most feared elements in your arsenal, said forward observer, Sergeant Corey A. Dempster of Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 2nd Battalion 503rd Infantry, 173rd Airborne Brigade. If given the chance, we will make it rain like Sodom and Gomorrah. Fire and brimstone will scorch everything the enemy holds so dear. The radios FOSS possess can request and direct air support, artillery and mortar fire. With all 3 capabilities in its arsenal, the foe is one of the most potent assets for the brigade. The next piece on the board is the bishop. The bishop operates under the radar, to attack the opponent from the flank, while a more prominent piece can be used as a decoy. The bishop is shifty, sly, stealthy and lethal, similar to scouts in a brigade. For this exercise, the scouts are part of the infantry battalions participating. Infantry scouts are composed of a reconnaissance element and a sniper section. The infantry companies have scouts attached in a forward observation post observing fires for the battalion's deep fight. For the long-range artillery asset, said 1st Battalion, 503rd Infantry, 173rd Airborne Brigade Fire Support Officer Captain Marvin Perez Cruz. Their job is to sneak up to the front lines unseen to provide intelligence to the units who stage the attack, and if necessary, kill the enemy covertly. We shoot targets of opportunity, assist in call for fire missions by calling and correcting fires, provide advance reconnaissance before the line companies are emplaced and help the heavy weapons assets identify targets, said SGT. Adam L. Spencer, a scout sniper team leader from Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 2nd Battalion 503rd Infantry, 173rd Airborne Brigade. Next to the bishop is the knight, an unorthodox piece of versatility that is allowed to jump over other pieces, be it their own or the opponent's pieces.